hirik yov, its pronunciation value will be E. The second masculine singular pronominal suffix of the type 1 category is pronounced ka. It consists of a final kaf with a comets. The second feminine singular is just the final kaf. The third masculine singular type 1 pronominal suffix is holam vav. Its pronunciation value is O. The third feminine singular is a comets hey, but note the dot in the hey. We will return to this dot at a later point, but at this point, simply know that this is called mapik. That's the third feminine singular pronominal suffix, type 1. Now go to the plural categories of type 1 suffixes. The first common plural is nu. The second masculine plural is kem. The second feminine plural is ken. The third masculine plural is hem. And the third feminine plural pronominal suffix of the type 1 category is hen, ending in a nun. Now go to the column of type 2 suffixes. The first common singular is spelled pathyo, and its pronunciation is I. The second masculine singular type 2 suffix is pronounced eka. The second feminine singular is pronounced ike. The third masculine singular is pronounced av. This is one of those circumstances where it will perhaps be helpful to pronounce this suffix if you are inclined to give the W pronunciation to the consonant vav. In that case, the third masculine singular type 2 suffix will be pronounced ow. The third feminine singular type 2 suffix is echa. The first common plural is einu. Second masculine plural akem. Second feminine plural aken. The third masculine plural is pronounced ahem. And third feminine plural ahen. So let's quickly go over again the pronunciation of the plural type 2 suffixes. Einu, akem, aken, ahem, ahen. We will ask that you carefully study the possessive and objective translation values for each suffix in the column on the far right. Before you move further into this lesson, spend some serious time with this chart. For every suffix of each type, you must be able to identify the person, gender, and number of the suffix, and also the possessive and objective translation values. You may find it helpful as a method for learning to prepare flashcards for each suffix and provide all of the categories of information. But you must be able to identify person, gender, number of each suffix, understand whether it's type 1 or type 2, and you need to know the possessive and objective translation values for each suffix. This is essential before you move further into this lesson. In handout 9D, we give 5 alternate forms for certain type 1 suffixes. Learn to recognize each of these as easily as those in the previous handout. The variations are for type 1 suffixes. The first common singular you learned is hirik yov, but the alternate form is nun with hirik yov, pronounced ni. The third masculine singular type 1 suffix that consists of a holam vav has as an alternate form, hu, consisting of a he with the vowel shurik. The type 1 third feminine singular suffix a has an alternate form that is spelled he with a comets. The third masculine plural type 1 suffix hem may be spelled and the third feminine plural type 1 suffix hen may be spelled on, ending with a nun. I emphasize again, it is essential that you be able to distinguish between type 1 and type 2 suffixes. Handout 9E emphasizes an important observation that will help in distinguishing these two sets of suffixes. While there are many similarities between the two types, note that in all type 2 suffixes, there is a yod as part of the spelling. The presence of this yod will help you to distinguish between type 1 and type 2 suffixes. Let's illustrate with two examples. On the left side of the graphic, we give a type 1 first common plural suffix on the noun sus. Susenu. It translates our horse. That is a type 1 first common plural suffix. For the type 2 first common plural suffix, look to the right. Susenu. Our horses. This is a type 2 first common plural suffix. Note the tsere yod. That's the distinguishing feature that will enable you to distinguish type 1 and type 2 pronominal suffixes. Let's illustrate with another example. On the left side of the graphic, susakem. Your masculine plural, horse. Kem is the type 1 second masculine plural pronominal suffix. Look to the right. Suseikem. Your masculine plural, horses. Note the tsere yod. This distinguishes the type 2 first common plural from the type 1 first common plural pronominal suffix. Remember that type 1 suffixes occur on singular nouns. Type 2 suffixes occur on plural nouns. Beginning with handout 9F, 9.4 in the grammar, we will give the full range of type 1 and type 2 pronominal suffixes on nouns. First, with masculine singular and masculine plural nouns, we will do this on handouts 9F and 9G. And then, with feminine singular and feminine plural nouns, we will do this on 9H and 9I. Turn first to handout 9F. Remember, with few exceptions, type 1 suffixes occur with singular nouns and type 2 suffixes occur with plural nouns. Let's first pronounce and study the masculine singular noun sus with type 1 suffixes. Note that the noun is singular throughout and the suffixes are all type 1. Let me pronounce the paradigm. Susi, susaka, susek, suso, susa. Susenu, susakem, susaken, susam, susan. Masculine singular nouns take type 1 suffixes. In this paradigm, notice these are all type 1 suffixes, And given the type 1 suffix